Welcome back to Terminus Zombie Survivors. This is the Last Escape DLC, and this is our first run on it. It's a bit of a long one, I've got to say this. Now, the first 15 episodes of this series was me starting from the base game, running all the way up to Terminus, and then following on that save into the new DLC. We've constantly having to come back to Terminus, picking up a load of quests. So we're currently at the trust with Terminus are 141. We've picked up another 3 sets of quests. Now, the fence linkage outside should be fairly easy to do. I've just got to repair some fences. Sandy does need to go up to the kitchen and get some food because they are running a bit low on hydration and food. And Barry is just going to have a run around just to see if there's any more quests. But today we will be going back out. We need to find 3 blankets. But we do know we can craft a blanket. We looked at it at the end of the last episode. We can make a makeshift blanket, but we're going to be needing about 35 rags, something around that mark, between 30 and 40 rags to be able to do it. We might have enough in the car. I know there's a lot on the floor outside Terminus, so we might be able to do that one. If not, we'll have to find a blanket. In the whole of this run, we've picked up 1 so far, and that's the one Barry's got, which I'm okay giving up. It does save him a couple hours, probably 1 or 2 turns of sleep, but it's not game-changing for us. The other one was we need to go to Mina's house, which is all the way down here, and drop off a note. And then another quest they're giving us was drop off a supply relief package at this zone here. So we will be doing a lot of jumping in zones and jumping out of zones. We won't be exploring everything, and I will be leaving a lot of not looting notes. So let's get started straight onto the episode. So let's deal with Sandy. If they've got enough AP, get them up to the kitchen. So I picked up as many quests as I could at the end of the last episode. There is a supply room at the south here. I do want to see if he's got any quests for us. Go to that square. No, he's got no new quests yet. And let's hope I can pick up another food. Yep, receive the porridge. That's perfect. Because you are going to be needing to eat it. Now, you've got stuff on you. If you've got... Oh, okay, so I'll give Sandy all the items for cooking. I thought I'd give it to Barry, but that's fine. Sandy can do the cooking on the next turn. And Barry is, again, we're having a look up the top north zone. They are still blocked to us because you can see the white and red mark through it. So we can't get into them zones yet. Ariadne's thread, you was reading it, but we don't really desperately need it now because we're doing a lot of stuff with the car. The morale decrease on you would actually be quite good. Being as though we're not in a position where we've got to do any bargaining, I think I'm going to have to take the strong spirit. Because we are using a lot of cigarettes. We have got like 15 in the car, so we're not desperate. But instead of losing 1 morale a turn, losing 0.9. So that's going to be 2.4 a day, less morale loss. I think that's going to be the better of the options. As much as I would like to go with bargaining, we don't really need to be trading for anything at this point. Did you have the bottles on you? You did. So let's do the cooking on the next turn with you. Let's go back to Barry. So Barry just picked up the quest from Joe. I think it's just a sleeping area over here, so there'll be no quest there. And I want to also have a look, because there was 2 entrances to the north. Maybe the first part of the zone we can get in and not that zone over there. I think the other entrance was over this side. I think it was for this gate. I'm guessing it's still blocked. Yeah, it's still blocked as well to us. And that's where we've seen it in the trailer. Actually, it is telling us it would cost us to connect to the platform. It would cost us AP to move through. So I wasn't so certain if it was going to be like here, reduced AP in the northern zones. But it looks like you are going to probably have to cost a zone. So Pathfinder does have some uses still. No quest for anybody else, so that's good. Ben, you're Barry. Sorry, not Ben. Ben's this guy over here. We're just going to send you up to bed. Couple of more turns, and now I can see the squares for the top of the stairs. You're not going to be sleeping anytime soon, but we're just going to have our people up by the beds. And next turn that will be. So let's pass the turn. We'll put you about there. Actually, we'll put you down one. Just in case you and Sandy need to do any travelling, we'll put Sandy at this spot. Sandy has got AP now, so you want to do your cooking. So we want to do another army base stew because, again, it's the one that has 90 turns on it. It's so good. 14 satiety plus the 8 satiety there. That's 22. And it makes a meal that's 28. So it gives a major boost on it. Ah, we can't put the fresh tomatoes in there. And that's what I was hoping for. Now, it does say you could put bolognese pasta in here. Is there any other one? Well, the baked bean recipe we could probably do with the tomatoes. Because these are the ones I want to be using because they've only got 40 turns on. So even if I don't do the army base stew, it's not a big issue. So this one here, if we take the tomatoes out, it's 51 turns. And it's still 51 turns. So what is the satiety? 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 going up to 28. So again, it's nowhere near as good as the army base stew. But unfortunately, I can't put the thing in there. What else have we got? Cooked vegetables. We could just do ramen on its own, but I don't feel this is good when the other recipe's so much better. But I can't put tomatoes in there. We could do a tomato soup, which would be 12 satiety going up to 14. No, I think we'll do the baked bean one. Just get them used up before they start going bad. And we also want to do the coffee while I'm here. 2.1 to make that coffee is quite expensive. But it does give us 7 morale if I remember right. And I don't need to make any more army base stews. We've still got the army base stews in the truck. Now, 28 satiety, we should be able to break this into only 3. I thought we could break that down into 9, but it must be 6 only. So I needed to break it into 2, then break it into 3 to get it. But 9.6 are quite high portions. I don't like portions that high. And yet, the morale, 120 turns you've got on there. So that's 5 days. And we want to just pop over here and fill up all our water. I haven't forgot about the generator and I haven't forgot about the water barrel. But saying that, we need to go down there with empty bottles and I've just filled up all the bottles. But yeah, we need to empty the round barrel out before we can pick it up and move it to Terminus or something. But yeah, let's get you upstairs as well. But I don't think you'll get there this turn. You'll get close. Yeah, 1.4. So it is quite early in the day, but it's just not worth going on a big trek outside. So we'll do a little bit of crafting here. We don't need to do repairing. Now, looking at the turns, he will need to eat the fresh corn chowder first. Now, Sandy is going to need some more food. We could let it run down and maybe we could pick up one more porridge before we leave in the morning. I'm not against that. That's fine. And I'm not going to do my morale till the morning. Okay, so we'll just read books for a few hours. We haven't had a chance in a long time to do it. Keepsake collector, so you get more drops. What has Barry got on him book-wise? Is it anything that Barry's got that's worth a bit more? We'll get you to start doing cold adaptation. That's a bit better than what you're learning at the moment. And Barry, we'll get you to finish off that cold adaptation. Brilliant, you've got that done. You can... Familiar Hunger at 203, or what's Sandy got? Keepsake you've already read. So the only thing on there would be sharp ears. We'll get you to take that. Barry can start learning sharp ears. It is a bit higher in page quantity compared to the Familiar Hunger. I just think it's going to be slightly better because food's not something we're really struggling with. And to be quite honest, once I get my legs into a game, I can normally get the food under control within a couple of sort of 7 days into the game. I've normally got a good way of getting food. Especially if I can get to a park, which we haven't even used on the new DLC part. We haven't gone to the park once and we're well and truly good with food. That's mainly because we got like 100 loot containers in Terminus we picked up a load of food from. Okay, so everybody has used all their AP, so let's pass a turn. I want to pass a couple of quick turns, and then when it gets into the night, I'll cut away. So, Sandy, let's continue with the book you was learning, which is in Barry's bag, I think it was. But you can actually take that out of Barry's bag because he's already learnt it. Just save some of the cutting between characters. So there's your cold adaptation. And then we'll get you to start doing keepsake. Barry, we'll get you to do sharp ears. Okay, and Sandy's just learnt keepsake collector. I did just remember we haven't cut the birds down. What I brought with me to cut down. Do I want to cut down that? We'll cut it down in the morning, otherwise I'm going to waste it overnight. So I'm just going to cut away again until we learn the next skill. So what are we going to learn next? So you've done all the books on you. We can read them multiple times. Is there any of these books I want to read multiple times? Maybe moving you over to the main combat person, reread this book because it's just so little pages. So yeah, we'll try and max out your keepsake collector. Do that 5 times. Okay, and Barry's just learned the sharp ear skill. And we'll get him to do the familiar hunger one now. And then he'll do the observation after that. Okay, it's 8 o'clock at night, and Sandy has just learnt another level of keepsake collector. They are now 4 out of 5, so I'm going to get him to read it for the last time, and then we can just put it away in our loot pile. And then we'll probably get Sandy to start doing the familiar hunger up to maximum as well, because that could really help out. All the morale loss, I think we picked up a book for that. And at 9 o'clock, we've learnt the keepsake again. So we're now maxed at 5 of 5 on keepsake. We've got one of the in cold adaptation. We could read that another few times. We can add 10 degrees of temperature. Well, I think you can only read the book 4 times. So we could add 8 degrees of temperature. That's better than any clothing you've got. So at least do this one more time. And I'm going to send you to bed now at 9 o'clock just so we can have an early start in the morning. And Barry, we'll get you to eat something. A 4.9 on that one. And Sandy, we've just deliberately not given them any food because they're going to be getting another porridge in the morning. And Barry can eat that one as well. We'll put these over onto Barry. He's more likely to be using them and we can just top him up with water. Okay, let's spend your AP and you can get to sleep as well. So you're doing the familiar hunger. You're nearly there. About 3/4 the way for the book. And then they should be up at about like 2, 3 in the morning, but it's fine because we're in safe area. Okay, just as expected, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and Barry's up. Now you need to drop your food down to about 20 before you have that. So you could just drink all the water that Sandy's holding. Or drink as much as you need. Your morale's pretty good as well. So Barry doesn't need to be up here. So we're going to send Barry downstairs ready. We'll get him to pop by the kitchen. Maybe he can pick up food for Sandy ready. And I still haven't figured out what the timing on this is. But it's allowing us to get another. So I think it is something like 12 hours. Something around that mark, it's allowing us to do it. Now, we could just send you out to repair the fence before we leave and turn that quest in. Might be an option. So let's just leave you at the zone point until next turn. Get you enough AP. Just in case they've spawned in zombies. We've got 3 hours to the morning. Is Sandy awake? Yeah, Sandy's awake now as well. You don't need to be up here. We can send you down ready. Because I think the quest to repair the fence was these guys at the start here. So maybe keep you up here. I think it was this guy, Carlos, that gave us the quest. Oh, actually, no, you need that food off Barry because you'll need to eat it now. No, I don't desperately need to eat this and I could just eat a load of these, what I made up. Because we do have the stuff in the truck as well. Because that's got 89 turns on, so I don't need to be eating it immediately all the time. But I think on this time I am going to do it just because it's perfect for your hydration. But it's something to think about in future. And Barry, you've got enough AP, so let's send you out. So now it's put a load of holes in the fence. These wasn't here because we repaired the old fence except for that middle one. So it's making me think, is it going to spawn zombies in? And now it's saying that we need wire to repair it. Now we know the last time we repaired it, that wasn't an option. 3.5 is the closest to the truck. Let's see if I can see any zombies. No. Now we do have wire in here. Yeah, 18 wire. There's no zombies this side of the place at least. Yeah, 14 HP. Maybe it was using the wire we had in the inventory last time, but I'm pretty certain it didn't use the wire. Because I actually commented on, oh, that's great, you don't need wire to repair the fence. Okay, we need more AP, so let's just pass a turn. We should have enough just to come over here and repair this as well. That should complete the quest. We'll have to cut another hole in the fence anyway. Which we haven't got enough AP to move, but Sandy should be right by the NPC. Perfect. Nice. That's more like it. Take this, you'll need it. So 7 more reputation, and we receive some gloves. Now, it says Carlos's leather gloves, so that makes me think that that's something special. And we're up to 148. Now, none of these other people up here have had a new quest in the immediate vicinity, so I think we're not going to get many more quests in here until we complete these 3. So let's just concentrate on doing that. So we'll get you through the zone point. We'll have to come to, which is the one we just repaired for 14 here. We'll cut this one. Okay, so let's have a look at what these gloves are. Carlos's leather gloves. 30 attack damage. 30%, where a standard one's only 20. It also gives me 2 defense instead of... Wow, those are fantastic. Very high durability as well, so I can keep them on for a long time. Now, we did talk about Sandy being the main person now, doing combat. Because if you have a look... Where's it gone? There. Keepsake collector. Every time we kill a zombie, we've got a 100% chance of getting an extra item. So Sandy is going to be the main fighter now. It would be nice if we can get some, like, searching options. I forgot what he's called now. The one where it cuts it down by 0.5 AP, a skillful search. We can get them onto Barry, then that will be perfect. Barry can do all the looting, Sandy can do all the fighting. Just want to have a look at what it's doing to my AP. So 1.25 at the moment. Because it does have a 0.5 encumbrance on there. 1.24. Get really weird sometimes the way they work out the calculations up here. Inventory weight plus 30%. But we have got some stuff we can dump out, so that will be getting better. But those gloves are very, very nice. Sandy will lose some AP, so we're going to be spending 6 AP on Sandy. So we was currently doing cold adaptation. At least another level. And we'll do the birds when we come back. We've got 1 day. We maybe can even cut out in the field if we need it. Just want to make sure... Yeah, Barry's not going to overcap because he's out of AP. And they didn't spawn any zombies in. I thought they might have done there. We've got 1 hour until it's light, so I think I'm probably going to get one of the people on the zone point. And they did give us some pliers. Was it just standard pliers they gave us? Yeah, it was just a normal pair of pliers. I'm guessing those are the ones that give us with high durability. But it doesn't really matter on pliers. I don't use them as combat weapons. So let's move there and see if we can block up the zone square to stop anybody from zoning. But we haven't had many people zone here. Unless the quest have forced them to. Barry, come there. I did forget to pick up the wire. Being as though we've had it for a quest. I do need to make a note of this for future runs. knowing sort of what items we need so we can go out and collect them all at one time. We want to refuel this. Probably not. We're going to wait 1 more hour anyway. We'll do it with Sandy. Okay, the car's up to 25. How much AP will you lose? About 1.5. Let's just spend 2 on you. I think I'm just going to take that coffee now because your morale's really low. Let's just check our AP amounts again because we might have gained some, which we have. 1.9, 2.4 now. I'll just use 2. Okay, just give me a second before I pass the turn to dump everybody's loot away, what they don't need. Okay, I've sorted the loot out. So if we have a look in the car, the new meals we've just made only have 36 turns because the tomatoes give it less on it. But these others have 46 turns on, so I've had to swap the meals around. So until we drop down to 20 satiety on both characters, we won't be eating them. But I've just kept 1 on each character. We'll keep the water in the car. Now, we do need to empty a lot of bottles if we do want to get that water collector, because I need at least about 100. I think it was about 120 space, so I need about 6 empty bottles to be able to go and collect that. But I do want to at some point and bring it up here. Or, like I said, put it at the gas station is probably the better one. So we've always got clean water every time we get to a gas station. Okay, so there was a couple of books I've switched around. I did find a clean attack in the car. So Sandy can finally get that last level of clean attack they need for their condition loss. There is also Barry's spear that needs to be repaired. So we'll repair that now. If I can remember where I put it. There it is. We'll take an extra repair kit just to carry on us. We have got enough glue to be able to make... Oh no, we need 1 more glue. But we got bones to make bone glue. For the next time we want to make the advanced repair kits is the next one I'm going to be making. We want to give Barry his spear back. Just so we can take out diagonal options. We will get round to doing the bow and the crossbow at some point. But I don't want to cut down the birds too early until I'm ready to use them. Okay, so we want to be moving on the next turn, so we just want to use the AP. So Barry is not going to overcap, and I think Sandy just needs to use 1 more. So we'll continue doing that. I've also given her Ariadne's thread, just in case that comes in useful in the northern zone. Just get it finished. It's only 1 level of a book, and you've already partially learnt it. And Barry, I've give the familiar hunger what they've been learning, and I want him to start doing stat books, because that I've got 2 observation I can add, and at the moment he's only observation 1. Taking it up to observation 3 would put it at the same as what Sandy's got. There is a lot of better options for Sandy to do at the moment before we go down the stat route, unless we was to get a stat like combat, and then that will change because they are now becoming the main fighter because of the keepsake collector they've got on, and all the boosts they've got as well. So yeah, let's just pass a turn. It's bright on the next day. We're standing on the zone point so no zombies could zone in. So we want to go... We do need to do a lot of looting, or a trading house might have blankets, or all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rags here. How much did we have in the car? Because that was what I meant to check. We have 48. So we could actually make 2 makeshift blankets with what we've got in the car already. But maybe we can pick one up en route. So the car's filled up. Let's go and drive. So the first place we want is... We know the 2 houses are in the very south in a blanket. So it's basically make our way south. There's nothing else we can do at the moment. So the first one is this one here. But we haven't visited any of these houses. So I'm thinking I want to pop in there. Maybe they've got some crops for the next time we cook. It is next to a danger zone, so it could be very heavily populated. It's a fortified house. There was one so close to Terminus as well. Very nice. Now, there is a big zombie there, but we don't technically... Sandy's in a great place because I'm right by a window and right by the car. So before we start putting stuff on Sandy, let's have a look at what the quests are here. So they want one for bedding, which is no good because we need bedding for the main story ones. We won't be able to do this. So they would want 4 bedding items. But pillars will count for this one, where they won't for the other one. The other one specifically says blankets. And the light sources of why I've been throwing a lot of torches and stuff. And the lighters as well should work for this. So it says 3 light sources. No doubt there's something from here we can get. So I've got 6 down here. So let's just take the lighter off here. And also take the torch off here. I don't want them to take anything they shouldn't be taking. Actually, I think I can choose with this one, can't I? We'll look at the trading in a minute. I want to finish this first. Complete it. Yeah. And these are what I've been keeping with 1 charge. Now, if it had 0 charge, I couldn't use it for this quest. Give items. There's a nice 7 trust. So if we do any trading with these, we are going to get a better deal. We could get a second duffel bag, but we don't desperately need it now. Fresh flounder. Unfortunately, there's nothing there I desperately need. We could trade for food. But I was hoping there would be something like a blanket here. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to put a note there. 7 rep. Now, it doesn't actually say, I don't think, of when the quests reset. I think it's every day at 6 AM. But we'll probably pop back on the way back. But I don't need to do anything with that rep. I could pick up a gas can. But we've got more than enough gas than we need at the moment. I might be more interested to look at some of these advanced ones. Well, I mean, bags we don't really need because we've got really the best bags in the game. But maybe go to something like enhanced clothing. Maybe that will give us like fire suits and stuff like that. And I can actually run it in a run. That will keep our temperature really nice and warm. Enhanced firearms. I don't know what that gives. Maybe it will give us like an assault rifle. Enhanced melees. I can't imagine getting anything better than the weapons we've got at the moment. So I might look at saving up my rep for one of those items down the bottom. Just try them out for once. I've never tried them out in runs. And I've always been sort of wondering what they are. So I'm going to fill up the car twice just so I've got enough fuel to go as far as I need. If nothing else happens, I could have just come back for gas cans. But right at this moment, I don't desperately need it, so I think I would rather save it. So, I'd never seen a fortified tile with growing zones. I think it might be possible, but I've never seen it. So, I'm not going to search around here because there is a lot of zombies there. So, let's move to the next house. Again, I'm looking around. I can't see any tiles invisible. There could be something in the dark areas. If it's not too busy for us to clear the zone, then I am okay with just running around just to have a quick sight line. So Sandy is quite competent with fighting now. I think I'm going to come over and take the helmeted zombie. Because he's a skull zombie, I'm more likely to be able to get better items from him. And now we've got that bonus chance of an extra item. That's even better. Rag and a wrench, not that great, unfortunately. We'll pick them up because we might end up using the rags. There is someone inside the building there. Barry, is this door broken? It is. Let's just repair it and close it. Because I don't know what range they've got. I think I am just going to do a little bit of a scout round. We don't desperately need the crops. But it would be nice to be able to find some more fresh fruit and veg. So you only need 6. Now all our weapons have changed now because we've got those 30% attack gloves on now. 5.1 minimum on the spear is very, very nice to see. Which puts it the same as the machete. I know the shovel does do a lot of damage, yeah, 6.5 to 6.8. What does the gun do? Because we haven't got any proficiency with this, so it would be nice. So we have a 93% hit chance and a very good chance to take it out, but not guaranteed. So yeah, I think I am going to build up some proficiency. Maybe we can get up to 100% accuracy and then I could drop down to a lower side. Barry, are you going to lose anything? I'm going to bring Barry down. Let's go into that square and then we'll kill them both. And again, I am trying to build up some proficiency with the spear with you, so if you do need to use it, you're more than capable of doing it. There was a big guy there. I've just moved a little bit further than I was doing. Okay, some crackers to pick up there. That's a carb food for Barry. And then we'll switch to an axe for you. And brilliant, you've got to level up. And I did say I want to get skillful search on Barry. As much as Edge Strike would be really good, I am going to be favouring Sandy doing a lot of the combat now. So yeah, skillful search. We can now loot things a lot faster. And there was a gun he just dropped as well. But I can't go on that square because this guy could get to me. So I'm happy with that turn. So Sandy, let's try and move you as far as we can. And again, all we're doing is just checking for crop fields. Oh, there's a car here. That could be useful. Okay, Barry. Oh no, Sandy. Sandy's fighting. I keep remembering. We switched over now. Okay, so let's take out... What was you? 5.1, unfortunately. Not enough to take you out. 5.9, 2.5. So you can take you out. You would probably... Oh, I haven't got the crowbar. I was going to say it's probably going to be a crowbar. But we just use the axe. Probably not going to take this car, but it's definitely worthwhile putting them on the maps. And 4.4 on you. I'll move there. I should be able to get you with the spear. Brilliant. Barry is just going to come and loot the floor. We have got some glue there, which is definitely worthwhile. This trip has paid out. And let's just search the car. Free beer, free chips, gas, another sleeping pill, just in case that quest pops up again. We'll get Sandy to loot all that. What about your movement? I don't think you can... We'll get the guns picked up. Definitely no crops here. And the crackers are good for you, for your morale. 9.6. So you can actually have that now. And then we'll grab some water when we go back to the car. Oh, I did walk into somebody then. That was one tile too much. I think I'm just going to come back one. But we can run round him next turn. And Sandy's got nothing. So that was a good turn. Sandy will pick up the loot before we go north. No tiles. That's all I'm checking for now is just crop growings. And then we could sort of make a note. So we are going to make a note. What sort of car was this? There was some fuel in there, but we didn't bring our siphon. So we need to start bringing the siphon if we're doing these goots round. Now, it only has 135 capacity, but as you see, this has a 1 fuel economy. This has a 3 fuel economy. But we've already got 232 build up in there, so this car won't work for us. Maybe at one of the quests will tell us to go and find a car. I would be definitely putting a quest like that in there if I was designing this game. Okay, so we've got our note on there, so in case we're looking on the map, we can see which ones we've left it. Okay, so Barry can't get out this way without killing this person. We might just have to do the battle with this one. Otherwise, how much would it be to get back to the car? 7.4. Well, we did clear everybody off this side. I was tempted to go and pick up that scope, but no, I think I'm fine. You can't get to us, that's fine. We'll be leaving on the next turn, and Sandy just needs to pick up this loot. Especially the glue. I'm not leaving that behind. Now, where can you get to? You can't get to the top, so I could put Sandy up by the zone square. Okay, there was a runner. Luckily, it wasn't Barry running so close because they would have woke him up. And nobody can get to me. So that's fine. We did have extra AP to do stuff, and Barry still had some as well. But that was a fairly good turn. Sandy's on nearly 13. Barry's on 22. So Barry, let's just put... No, okay, we don't need to put anything in the car yet. Move down one house tile. Just looking around, can I see the edge of a crop plot? There is a bit more zombies to deal with here. We could easily take it out and again do the same sort of thing, run round. But no, on this turn, I think I'm just going to leave it. Let's go to our mission house. Brilliant. So we've got some crops on here, but look at how busy it is. So I do need to assess if we can take all this out, which I think we should be able to. You're not an issue. You can't get to us. You're not an issue. You can't get to us. So nobody in the south. So there's only really 3 we've definitely got to take out. So before we do anything else, this one here, I need to add a note. We didn't loot it. Okay, Sandy, let's see what you can deal with. So police officer, fat zombie. Take the police officer out easy. You should be able to take that out with your axe. Yeah, good chance. We'll go with you. Please crit. No. Okay, we'll go the long way round. Your spear should be able to take it, get you a bit of proficiency. And you're low enough to do the spear. So everybody that was an issue to us, we've took out. And what was on this quest? So this was the one where we had to drop off the supplies. Now, it didn't say where we needed to drop off the supplies. Now, Barry could come down and take out the fat zombie. But it would probably put us in range of this one. I think Sandy's just going to come and loot this stuff. Sandy's safe where they are. Okay, I've just sorted out the inventory. Barry's just had a drink. And Sandy will deal with it next turn after he dealt with the food. Barry's got 22, so we don't need to hang back. Let's just come down and start attacking. Another ramen there. Now, if we go into that square and take these out, you can only get one, so we're safe from any of them lot. Take the big guy out first. Down to 4.6. I think that was spear territory. Not quite. I'm not going to risk something not killing it in one. Did bring another bat. Yeah, 4.6 on the bat. Perfect. 4.4 on you. Well, it's 4.3. It said 4.4 on the other menu. We did get range of somebody else, but you can only move one. So we've only got to kill you. So you can only move one. You can only move one. You can only move one. I don't know where we've got to drop the supplies here. I don't want to move forward and get in the range of this guy, because I don't want him to block up the crop plots, otherwise I've got to kill him. So I'm happy with that turn. Sandy should be able to eat. And being as though we've got to do something with the tiles, maybe we've just got to drop them on the tile. So maybe come into here, search this dresser, and Sandy, they can drop the supplies and see if the quest gets a tick mark. So we want to be eating with Sandy. So 9.6. Come on, Barry. I want to be on Sandy. 9.6 would be good. And then you can just drink your water up. That's all I want to get sorted. So both of them's getting the water done at the end at the same time. And like I said, I want to get 5 or 6 empty bottles up if I can as well. Your morale's pretty good, so I don't need to deal with it right this second. There is a guy here, so let's come down. Because I want to get Sandy to do all the combat now, because we get more items. Now, one of them items is probably only going to be cloth. But that's not bad. There's a couple of bits of loot there. You down here can only move one. So Barry, let's come and uncheck the tiles. More onions. You've got a lot of range, so I might as well go and kill you both at the same time. Okay, some rags and nuts, we'll pick them up. And we're going to be using a lot of rags for that blanket quest soon. Okay, I'm out of range of you, so that's fine. Pick up the digital watch. It could be used for trading. If not, could have been something we could have used. And Sandy, let's get you into the house. Okay, so there is a zombie there, but I don't think... No, he can't get to us. Sweater, nice. That's better clothing. Let's see if I put... I think it was the relief surprise. Does that give me the tick? No, it says place them. So have I got a place option? I have. Okay, it's not giving me a place option. How much does it cost to place? Okay, so it needs to be all the way down here. It won't be in the house. Move and place 4.7. So yeah, we'll do that on the next turn. This guy can't get to us. And I don't need to loot everything here. I think I'm happy with that turn. Yep. Okay, let's make sure we're on Sandy. Let's place that option again. So the tile, it's telling me to place them there. And it's give us the mark for the quest. Sandy, you're a bit low, so you can go there. Barry, you can go there. That's the first part of the quest done already. Barry has enough to be fighting, and Sandy's okay. This guy can't get to us, so I think I'm going to pass one more turn. And I'm going to just put a note on this one as well. Okay, crops ×2 harvested and not fully looted. But those crops won't grow again unless we plant seeds, which I'm not planning on doing. But I will get an idea of where I'm leaving stuff. Okay, so let's get our water dealt with both of them. There's going to be many turns before either one of them eats again. Do we need to fill this? Okay, Barry's full, so let's refuel. We do want to be popping to a gas station at some point. So what have we got? We've got 15, 27 fuel, 52 fuel, so we've still got a bit. But we never want to be in a position where we could actually stop off at this gas station here. It's not that far from the route we're actually on. Because otherwise I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Times 3 moves, we would barely have enough fuel to get there. So I do think we need to make a stop-off point here. So currently we're at this house. We've already done the electronics store and the library. We've already been through multiple times. So I think this house is the next one I need to go to. Could go around the north side, but I don't think it saves us any time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be exactly the same, but it would be a new set of zones we haven't been to before. Maybe we can find some more crops. Yeah, so yeah, we'll take this route. Another fortified house. I think there's 5 fortified houses on the map. Now, unfortunately with this one, the door's all the way over here, so I'd have to kill this person, get over to here, and then if I've got to come back to the car for trading, it's not the great house. So So I am just going to put a note on there. It's just not worth messing around with it. Pop over to the police station. Nothing on the floor that I'm looking that I need. Pop over to the restaurant. There is a messenger bag in there, but we're way above where we need messenger bags. So I've dropped a note on the police station and the restaurant that we've not looted them. And I think I'm just going to go straight to the grocery store. Again, would be a great place if we need food, but we don't desperately need food. This is on a dangerous tile. And then let's pop down to the gas station. Okay, so the generator's probably here because I can see a corner of something. Couple of people around us, but nothing too big. You will wake up pretty soon. You can't get to me. You can't get to me. You could. So we'll probably send Barry round. So what I'm going to do is Sandy, because they've got quite a bit of AP. You've only got one movement. I don't need to worry about you. We will clear this tile. I just want to come around the back of this guy to kill him. Six left. Just use the shovel. I know that was about 6. You're low enough for the spear. Just so we can get that proficiency up, get our accuracy a bit higher. Because we're currently only... Where's my proficiency with this? 7%. So I can definitely get better percentages with that. And there's somebody inside the building. We can take that out as well with the axe. One left. Unfortunate. It is going to happen occasionally. You can't get to me. And you can't. There is a fire axe in there, so I could go in and kill it. I've got enough 2 there. And if I need to, Barry can always come in and help. We'll just kill it with you. Do you want to move away from this group? I could send Barry over here. Barry's more than capable of taking out this group. If we want to secure this zone, I think I want to be able to drop a flag here as well. Like we did the last time. Loot the zone, put a flag down. Probably won't drop a trap this time, but it would be useful. And this is probably going to be our favoured gas station if we need to come to the save from the map again. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where would be a good place to stand. Okay, let's just go there and wake them up. Only needs 4.4, so that should be you. Don't think we can take 4.9 with this character. No, it's only 4.4. There is a chance of taking it out. But I'd rather just stand there and just guarantee the chance. And the bat's doing 4.6. I thought it was a little higher than that. Maybe the crowbar. Yeah, that will do it easily. And then you was the same. Okay, so you have a lot of movement. You have a fair decent of movement as well. So I think this is the more priority one. We'll come back for this stuff later. If I go up there and take this guy, I've still got 12. Should be able to take out both these. Would be nice to take these out with Sandy. But not everything's going to be able to be took out, so it needs to be crowbar, that does. That would be 2 hits or moving in it, so I might as well just use the 2 hits. And we just stand on the zone square for this turn. So yeah, I think I'm happy with both their turns. Not much more. There's 1 down the bottom left down here and 2 up the top here we've seen. So I think I want to make sure we get into position to be able to do the vehicle Then we'll loot everything and then we'll get off. Because we've only got 6 hours and we do desperately want to get to that house in the south. But we do need to fill up the car as well. So, Barry, would it be better to do the car? Possibly. I would have liked to get to sight on this guy again. Ah. Just remembered. Sandy has got to have to go back to the car first because they didn't pick up a gas can for the fuel tank. So we've got... No, I don't want that one. I want the full one. Actually, we're just emptying both in. That's fine. If I move up there for 3.2, I'd have to move back down to drop the cans to fill them up. So we'll wait a turn with Sandy before we do anything. How's Barry looking with food? And he doesn't need it right yet. And I'm not going to overcap, so that's fine. So let's Sandy... refuel this with everything you've got. There's 5.8 fuel in there, so that's going to be 8 turns. Let's refuel the car, 2.8. Fill to the max. Okay, the cans are all full up to the max, so if we check the car again, make sure that's happened. Yep, 35 there and 12 there, and then the other 2 cans that Sandy's got. So unfortunately, Sandy can't refill them from up here. You would have to just trade them into the car. And then Barry can just... Can you refuel them? Yes, you can, without taking them out of the car. That's brilliant. Just save Sandy a little bit of AP then. 2.9 there to turn it off. Who's the ones that can get to me? So you can't get to me, you could. And Barry has got a lot of AP left, so you can come and stand on the zone square and take this guy out. And I think that's a great place to call it, because it might be just going over a little this episode. But yeah, we've got the gas station pretty much secure. So what I'm going to end up doing is Barry's just going to go around and pick up all the loot off the floor. We're going to loot the cabinets in the next one. And then we're going to get Sandy to go and make a flag, because they're in the Dex 5 one. They should be slightly faster at making it. They've also got the crafting gloves. And then there's 1 zombie and probably a couple of more up here. We need to uncover these black tiles to be able to get a flag down. So that's going to be the next one. We'll secure this. And then we're literally going to be jumping from here all the way down to this house. We'll stop off at the house and then we'll have to backtrack up to this gas station, fill up. And then we'll have all the quests done. Except for the blanket one, but we're well aware that we might have to just craft those makeshift blankets to work with that quest. But we've got enough cloth. It just means Sandy needs time to be able to do some crafting. But yep, that's a great place to call it. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much for watching.